Hello everybody, welcome again to the ASUS ROG Dreamleague Season 2. This is Lumi. I am Luciano. That's actually my second name. Yeah. And we're going to see the game 3 of Complexity versus Cloud9. Now the first game was a really long and drawn out game with Complexity pretty much leading the whole period. But Cloud9 just having a lineup that was really scary to fight against meant that just 2 good team fights made the score even. And even though they didn't have the greatest of pushing lineup, just because of the virtue of being 60 minutes into the game, they won the team fights, they took towers, they took Raxes, and that was pretty much the end for Complexity.
Yep.
Now game 2, what happened?
So you have Necro, Pugna, and Mirana. 3 heroes are very farm and experience dependent for Complexity. They lost all the lanes.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, 15-minute GG. It wasn't even like a big team fight or anything, calling it. It was just...
There was like Ravages and Chain Frost from Cloud9, but...
It was a realization that there was not much that Complexity could do.
Right.
So with that in mind, they GG'd fast. I think they just wanted to remove that loss from their minds, go into a game that is more favorable, and try to take one win out of C9. Remember, C9, top of this group, they went 2-1 versus EG, 2-0 for now against Complexity. Complexity needs to take one game because just getting one game there maybe means that they can fight for that second place.
Sure.
And C9, on the other hand, with the 5-1, if they win this,
they're through.
Pretty much through.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens in that game 3, which we're going live right now. Remember, this is not live. Cloud9 and Complexity have already played that game. We have no idea how this happened. No, we do know how this happened. We don't know how it turned out.
Yes.
Because it will be really boring.
Results.
So we do see the Tidehunter ban, finally. A hero that caused a lot of problems in game 1 and 2 for different reasons.
Let's talk about Tidehunter in general. Is he the hero in this patch?
I think the hero in this patch is Magnus, and it hasn't been discovered properly yet.
Okay, and the hero in this patch currently for all the top teams.
Brewmaster. More than Tidehunter.
Oh, Undying.
Wow. This is something we don't see a lot of.
I think Undying is one of the few unpicked heroes in the pool. And I feel like he has a very unique place.
Yes. I do think that the new changes to his ultimate makes him less... 20 minutes into the game, you kind of suck.
You're useless.
10 seconds to pick.
The thing is, because Necrophos is so popular,
yeah,
and I think Necrophos does very well against Undying. I think Undying's strength is like, I'm going to fight at very low health.
Right.
I'm going to bait you to come onto me. But I have burst heals, I have strength steal, and my zombies are slowly stacking up. He takes a very long, drawn-out team fight. And Necrophos loves that. Necrophos says, the longer team fight goes on, the more damage my aura is going to take you in.
What about Undying and Necrophos?
That is redonkulous. Yeah, that is actually ridiculous. So I'm surprised that we don't see a Necrophos immediate counter pick.
Right. I mean, we saw how Necrophos went for Complexity. Maybe they realized, okay, if we're going to go Necrophos, we need to make sure that we're going to win all the lanes. And Witch Doctor caused them a lot of complications in the early game. Just those rotations.
Level 1 Maledict, man. Jesus.
Who would have known? A skill that is oft not even skilled at all.
Yeah, and I think that's a mistake. I think Maledict's a great spell.
Maledict's a great spell, but stats don't hurt. Late game, you essentially just want to, like the ward on
It's all
fire.
about death ward. Yeah.
So I like Maledict myself,
Yes.
but I do not necessarily get angry at people not skilling it. Let's talk about Tombstone, apparently. Tombstone.
No, sorry, I want to look at Soul Rip.
Let's talk about Soul Rip. 1300 radius, can heal 125, 250, 375, and 500 heal.
And a 500 burst.
Yes.
That's
which is which is a little bit less than that because of magic reduction.
Yeah.
You take a 25%, it essentially turns out to be 370.
It's all Gucci.
It's all Gucci.
I don't know. Level 1, you get a 125 damage nuke. Is that a lot?
It's very good for level 1 nuke.
Yes.
And it's very cheap as well.
Level 2, 250 damage nuke.
Yeah.
Assuming a standard creep wave, you have 4 yourself, 4 of theirs.
And the 2 heroes.
And let's say you're in a 1v2 situation, or even better at 2v2 situation. in that case, you have 250 damage.
Every 18 seconds.
Right.
That is kind of lackluster.
That's insane. No, that's
18 seconds is not.
Well, you're not spamming it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But it's more for like a burst. Because if you okay, I think Fire Blast is a bad comparison because it's a weaker nuke, right?
Right.
Like
You got
it's a level 3 Fire Blast compared to your level 2 Soul Rip.
No, it's worse.
Oh,
level 2 Soul Rip is 250. A level 4
Yeah, it's actually better than the level 4 Fire Blast. Let's look at Thunderclap. Thunderclap is a very standard nuke, right?
Right, yeah.
10 seconds to pick.
At level 5, Thunderclap does the same damage as a level 3 nuke. That's kind of like, just put it in perspective. He will have the same burst damage as a level 5 Brewmaster at level 3. That's kind of insane.
In a creep wave to creep wave situation and without any additional slow or anything.
Yeah. I mean, like, the way that Undying fights, it's like people dance back and forth, and then the creep wave starts to like stack up. And there's lots of creeps everywhere, and then you just give them the big nuke.
Yeah.
I actually don't advise.
I think that Undying, like in general situations, unless you're trying to just like quickly kill someone, it's better to say that Soul Rip as a heal.
Sure. Although I think
because you want to sustain the fight, you don't want to like end the fight quickly. Of course, if you
kill them.
If you kill them, right? But if
and that's like, a good spell for that too.
If you just can turn a 2v2 situation into a long drawn-out fight, maybe you can get the 2 instead of just getting 1, and maybe let the other person run away. I don't know. It really depends on the situation. But the thing is that Undying, he can provide so much with that spell. It's not only about the damage burst. It's also about the fact that when he heals for 250, it's a mech heal.
Yes.
At level 3. For one person.
Yeah.
Or 2 if you have a Wisp.
There you
Wisp
go.
Undying,
It's better than a mech heal.
Wisp Undying Necrophos.
That's the new build.
That's so horrible.
So, Undying was a hero, as we see Slaughter being picked up as well. This draft is going pretty quickly, but when Undying first came out, I was like, oh, you max Tombstone first.
Yeah.
Because like, oh man, you could run people down. It's so great. And then as the hero evolved, as pros played it more, I was like, okay, you max Decay first. Because level 7, if you have the mana ports,
you need a lot of
You need Arcane Boots to support it. But if you're getting the farm, and you could spam Decay every 4 seconds, it's insanely powerful.
Yep.
As of late, I'm thinking, all right, I think you take more points into Soul Rip. So lately, I've been going for a 1-2-2 build.
I think 2 in Soul Rip is fine. More than 2.
Yes, more than 2 is...
It's just like a really hard...
You really need a big team fight, or you need a big Tombstone.
I would approve with 1 to 2. I would even go like, depending on your mana and your situation of the game, you might want 1, 2, 3 and just skip the ult at level 1.
Sure. The level 1 ult actually lets you have some bristleback effect in the sense that you think you're getting some kills on me, and then I get 1 kill, I'm gaining so much health back, and then I give you more decay and that kind of stuff. But anyways, there's more hero being picked up here. Leshrac and Clockwork, as well as Death Prophet and Slaughter. I've been very impressed with Leshrac's Lightning.
I think it's a really good spell.
Yeah.
It's a really good spell right now. And it's like, there is very little reason for go to max Diabolic Edict. You kind of want to max the Lightning most of the time.
I think Leshrac as a pusher has been overshadowed by things like Jakiro.
Right.
Just much easier and much better. And mostly when Leshrac's picked up, it's picked up as a secondary stunner / burst damage. So when Ogre and Leshrac roams around, it's actually pretty scary.
Yes, and the fact that they have a Clockwork and a Brewmaster. Last time they had a hard time because they didn't have much in the sense of setup and stance, and lots of the cores didn't have these lockdown abilities. But right now, for complexity, this is actually a very good lineup to execute. Once you're into those cogs, landing the Leshrac stun is super easy.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of things going on for them. And
not only that, I mean, if you remember last game's core, it was Pugna Necros. These are very, very squishy cores, right?
Yeah.
This game, I mean, Brewmaster and Clockwork, it's hard to kill these guys with a couple of nukes.
Yeah.
Cloud9 is going to end their draft with the Enchantress. So I imagine it's a safe lane Slider, Death Prophet mid, Enchantress, Witch Doctor, kind of jungle, roaming kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Undying offlane.
Yeah.
In fact, it might be even an offensive Witch Doctor Undying dual lane. That's kind of what I'm expecting.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, because they will get a lot out of it. And I think, honestly, like looking at this draft, the key hero of this draft is that Clockwork. If that Clockwork gets some farm and gets an early Blade Mail, you just jump on the Death Prophet, even with ulti on. You will melt the Death Prophet as...
Well, actually, the Locusts are separate entities compared
Don't they do Blade Mail damage anymore?
I don't think they do Blade Mail damage.
They used to.
I think if that was the case, we would see more Blade Mails against DP.
Yeah, I guess.
Because like you just walk to DP, walk next to himself. I'm pretty sure Blade Mail does not reflect. And Cloud9 actually banned Clockwork 2 games in a row against Complexity. So it's this Clockwork is supposed to be a fairly good pick for them.
It used to work on March 5.
Does Blade Mail work on
Exorcism? Damage gets reflected back to Crobolus. This was 2009 though. I think I knew that it worked
Before?
Okay,
I was
maybe it was changed.
I was drawing from my Dota 1 knowledge on that one. So I clearly have it backwards.
Okay, it's Luna, last pick. And I say this is a very solid draft from Complexity Gaming. You isolate people, you change standard today,
I don't like Luna. I like all 4 of the other hero. I just don't like Luna because when Undying is picked, he's picked as a very offensive hero. Right. Luna's very squishy early. Sure, you have a lot of early game plus damage, which is great for Ogre and Leshrac because you have 2 stuns and 2 slows. You're going to get a ton of right clicks. But what if it's the Cloud9 that's going on you? I think it's better to pick a little bit more mobile, or higher range of a core. I think Mirana would have did fine here because your arrow combines so well already with so many slows and stuns. And if you get in trouble, you just leap out. Yeah. So we'll see if this Luna pick is going to come back and bite him or it's going to work out. But
okay, let's introduce the teams. And we have Moonminder playing the Luna that Lumi hates. Bloody Nine playing the Ogre Magi. The Freak will be playing the Leshrac support. Swindle Melons is going to be that mid Brewmaster. And finally, on the off lane, is going to be Limp on the Limp Clockwork.
All right, Envy's going to be playing the Slaughter. Did you see that game in Starladder?
Yeah.
Where he tried to buy the Basher and it's like,
so
guys,
like, oh, it's a bug. There's a bug. It doesn't work. I was there and I was talking to him afterwards. Like, I don't know. I just like.
Yeah.
I never bought it. Made sense at the time.
Yeah, made sense at the time. It's like, hey, one more bash. Fata is going to be playing the Death Prophet. We have Pylai Dai starting at top here.
Yeah.
With Woodchuck there. Enchantress in the jungle being handled by AI 2000. Haven't seen him play jungler for a long, long time.
Jungle, it just feels so weak. Chen is never picked in this patch. And Chen is a very underwhelming hero right now. Hand of God is good. But
I wonder because I think everybody, when they pick Chen, is like, oh, well, we see a level 1 fight.
Right.
And Envy's dead. Actually, Diabolic Edict coming out. Envy's not dead. He's just tanking it up. Was Enchant the skill? Nobody throwing out any ability there.
Okay, sure. Just walks away, eats some tangos. Think it's gonna be fine. Naomi Minder,
D-ward?
He actually put the sentry there for the D-ward. If someone sees, like,
the observer sees the sentry. Let's see if Undying's making a gallop towards that. It's like picks it up. Like, yo, where you at?
That would be hilarious. Bone 7 is going to be playing the Undying, and honestly, that's a hero I don't see Bone 7 play just because it's a hero that I don't see played, period.
Okay, so Complexity, they're saying, you know what?
This is a Complexity smoke.
Yeah.
Dude. Like the old Complexity smoke.
Dude, when things go wrong, do a smoke gang. They're going to wrap around here to the right side. You want to lead with your Ogre. It's going to be a Fire Blast into a Split Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there you go. The stuns are coming. No, it's actually... No, it's not a Split Earth because it's... sorry.
Yeah,
they're going to get a first one regardless.
That's a nice one.
The double damage had a big part in that.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they would have got the kill without the double damage because the creeps were tanking a lot of the Diabolic Edict.
Yeah, it's kind of insufficient, but that will give them a lot of experience as well.
Who got the first blood? It's Brewmaster.
Yeah, that's good. And the Freak needs that level 2 because with Diabolic Edict, you're not much of a threat.
Yeah. I think I almost think they want level 3 as well, because Diabolic Edict is not really a good spell.
Yeah, you need the other 2.
You need Lightning for the slow, but we'll see.
Yeah.
The bad thing about Undying as a hero is...
low armor.
Yeah, it's okay. 3 for a strength hero. It could be better.
Could be better.
The playstyle of the hero is like, all right, I got to play aggressive. I got to play close to the death as he drops a level 1 heal on himself. The thing is, like, when you dive and die on this bottom lane, you're suddenly just so far behind.
Yeah.
He's one of those heroes that is not very... it's very punishing.
What do you think about the Sword of Venom? He seems to believe he's going to be punching a lot of people.
Cool. Oh, yeah, it's great. Because... No, it's actually excellent, because it combines very well with the Tombstone Zombie Slow.
Yeah. Pylai Dai getting a little bit of a farm while Bone 7 cannot get close, and this is actually something really nice. If you feel that your carry or the person farming that lane cannot get really close and into melee,
yeah, you just get the farm.
Yeah, just give the farm to support.
I actually been liking dual lane bottom quite a bit, or dual off lane. simply because like both people end up getting
Okay,
farmed.
here's
Bone
the trade
7
of
gonna
punch.
get
Bone
initiated.
7, this is kind of like not what you want to be, and
the cask
is actually really good, and he's gonna just disengage.
I actually think he could turn around, fight that if he had Tombstone at level 3.
Yeah.
Didn't have it, so he's gonna.
Tombstone now, the range is so much better for level 2 and onwards. Yeah. It used to be that you needed level 4 not only for the damage but also for the range.
Right.
But now the range is like a respectable 800 level 2, so it's pretty good.
2-man decay flies off, and suddenly Undying is like unkillable.
It is pretty tanky.
They're diving here for one, and they're going on Pylai die. The cast's gonna be flying about, and the Splurf's actually gonna miss.
The damage
and
is
look
so
at how much damage he's gonna take. He's gonna go down number 1, and one more hit, he's gonna be very slow, and the heal's gonna come through. The burst damage is there.
Oh, there he goes.
There you go.
That's the Soul Rip to secure the kill.
They have Tombstone. In fact, they're diving a little bit more.
I think they can dive here.
They are out of mana, out of spells. And they'll drive Moon Miranda off the
I don't
lane.
know, just like punch him once and yeah.
There's a slow. There's a DK is gonna come in. Moon Miranda trying to juke for all it's worth. Fire Blast and Ignite's gonna come through. Where's the DK?
Matter.
DK's gonna come in. Pylai die, one more hit. The salve's gonna come through from Moon Miranda. Bone 7's gonna die. They should actually just block him in. In fact, that's exactly what he does. Pylai die runs to the left side, and Pylai die will also gonna go down.
He's gonna go down to Crypts apparently.
The heal,
no.
the Ignite. Can he heal through the Ignite?
It kind of no.
Okay. He did waste a ton of time. Bone 7's already back in lane, and he's going to have essentially a stack creep wave going against him, and he'll get a little bit of farm.
Yeah, and he's going for a Tranquil Boots, which will allow him to regen a little bit more life faster. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of Tranquil Boots. Maybe you just want to save for the Arcane, but whatever.
I think Tranquil is great. You talked about him needing a bit of armor, right?
Right, yeah.
And sure.
I'd be okay with just the ring.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that, too.
The ring is all he needs from the...
I think he will actually go into a Basilius.
That'll be okay as well.
Yeah, you want the mana regen, you want the armor, you need a dive, and everything goes well. Actually, Leshrac levels up Diabolic Edict, so he's looking to get close and personal quite a bit. And I'm not sure if you want to be at least close and personal to the Undying or the Slaughter.
Or everything pretty much, essentially. It's the Clockwork even is.
We haven't looked at
No, sorry, never mind.
Aoi for a bit, but he's essentially stacking the jungle.
Yeah.
And doing a little bit of...
Which is good. I mean, he knows that mid lane is trading even. He knows that the Undying got a couple kills.
Look at the level difference. He's about to hit level 5 here, compared to a level 2 Ogre, level 3 Witch Doctor. And the Ogre was part of several kills.
Yeah.
So, double Wauken.
Difference between roaming and just like actively getting some spells and killing some camps. Swindle Melons with a bounty rune. I get a little bit sad every time I see someone picking a bounty rune on the bottle and using it immediately and then not using the bottle.
So what do you think is the correct time?
You have to you use it when you're going to use the bottle. Essentially, there's no internal cooldown, I think.
There is.
Yeah.
I mean, the other argument is like, I'm about to level up. I'm going to use it to level up to use the difference.
That definitely. But essentially, every minute you wait, it's more golden experience coming to you.
Yes.
Granted, it's not much.
But it's a tiny extra amount.
Yeah.
It's definitely the case.
If you don't need to use it, don't use it. Clockwork, trading one-on-one.
Or does it give you the gold based on when you pick it up?
No.
Okay.
When you use it.
That makes sense. Cat's going to fly here against Moon Meander.
Meander is alone, but yeah, I don't know.
They're missing every one of their spells. Like, they miss Maledict,
there's an angry
but they're going to
zombie.
just dive. Like, this is what Undying does to you. And that's what I mean, man. If he had Mirana there in that case, would have easily
Those
lived.
zombies, the slow is stacking. There's going to be another look at it go.
Cask in a bit.
Oh, hello.
Fata comes in. The Cask will bounce.
Oh, missed it.
No, okay, it didn't bounce. But look at how far they do. They start from here, and they all went from there.
If you have an Undying, that's how you play.
Yeah, that's exactly how you play.
Yeah. You don't have to fear. You remember, you have Soul Rip, you have Decay, you have a lot of ways of being tanky and a lot of ways of being really annoying to the other player. Lim here, getting a little bit over his head right now. He wanted to just harass the Enchantress a little bit, but
I think you want to come in to get a couple kills, because one of the most favorite thing you want to ever have as a Clockwork is flying support in the jungle.
Yeah.
Because easy cogs,
easy
battery assault and
into kill.
And then Enchantress turns on the heal and starts hitting him. It's like, well,
yeah. You know, actually, this is kind of a thing that probably we'll never see, like even less than when I say Spirit Breaker should get played more. But as we see, Fata is going to get killed here. That's a nice kill for Zifrik, and Zifrik runs away and takes the crit ward with him. He's going to die to the Ogre Magi, though.
No,
He is
Ogre
oh, he's on his team. That's fine. He's not going to die to the Ogre Magi. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
As I say, I think there is a place for Max coG's Clockwork.
First?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because essentially against a lot of heroes, melee strength heroes mostly,
Okay.
just the 200 mana burn,
It's very good.
it's really good. It just kills your entire mana pool, and then early game, like level 7, what you gonna do? You just win a team fight, or at least make... Okay.
Z-Freak goes in with the Ogre and, you know, except Aoi has his seal turned on. I mean, if you're going for a max mana
Look at the money that Enchantress has. He has 2.2k gold. He can go Midas if he wants to.
I think this is a Midas game, man. Actually, every game is a Midas game.
I don't think it's a Midas game. I think it's like, yeah, I approve of this.
I mean, if you have Undying, you know what? This is probably the place to play. Is Bone 7 going for a...
At Atos.
Atos?
Yes.
So good.
I think it's really good at Undying. You need mana, you need the health.
Hey, man, and you let the zombie stack up.
I was so happy when Atos came because it was like the first time there was an item that gave you mana and health that was not soul booster or like point booster in general.
Right.
It
It also had an effect to it.
An effect, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, finally, like something that you can be.
Drums. Drums is like, you know.
Yeah, but the effect is not so visible.
Okay.
I was happy.
more
I was
like
just
the same
I
thing,
saw it like a mid-tier item that was. I predicted it being picked much more than it actually eventually got picked. But I'm happy that it finally is finding its way.
I think it's not bought as much as you hope for because players didn't really understood how good it was.
Yeah, that I would say that.
Yeah.
But that sounds a little bit like braggy when I say it that way.
No, I think it's very reasonable. I think pro players may not admit it right now, but they will be first to tell you that a lot of times there's a lot of things that they're not aware or do not know.
Anyways, complexity right now. The thing they have going for them is that Brewmaster actually got some levels and some farm. Unfortunately, the Luna did not get as much. And the Witch Doctor finds a kill on the Clockwork together with the Slaughter.
Yeah, that was a pre-blink on Slaughter. So they're still getting these kills. Looks like Complexity is feeling a little bit frustrated. They're going to group up maybe and push a tier 1 mid.
Yeah.
I think grouping up pre-Blink Dagger on Cloud9 is a very smart choice.
Yes.
Because you cannot do that anymore.
Right.
Once Slaughter has it. The thing is, it's still very dangerous to do that against somebody like Undying, because he could come in and just drop a tombstone.
Decay you, or yeah.
And then there goes your push.
Yeah, that is true. But essentially, as you said, they have to make something happen. And here comes the Enchantress, and here comes the Slardar, here comes all the rotation, and C9 is ready to fight here. And now, Complexity, they don't feel like they can actually fight so easily.
The stun's gonna go on E, looks like they're gonna commit. Ooh. They throw everything on Envy. Bone 7 heals himself instead.
Yeah.
So, all right, Tombstone gonna get dropped, and that's gonna be the fight.
Look at it go, and the zombies are punching. Now they kill the zombies.
Okay. Meanwhile,
is anyone doing anything? No, it's just like everyone from, oh, yeah, it's Swindle Melons waiting, but essentially everyone from Complexity is invested in this.
Yeah, they're waiting out for the Tombstone. And once Tombstone's down, Cloud9 thinks, all right, we have him chased back, but this Brewmaster could prove to be a pretty big deal.
The X factor, if he doesn't get spotted. But again, Fata with the invisibility rune, he can come from behind and also do a lot of damage. And EE, making sure someone is constantly debuffed with that.
Yeah, they want more than Pai Dai. Pai is showing himself, but they want at least Envy, for example. Envy's gonna get started. Clap. Yeah,
much hate.
Yeah, they throw everything onto him. Looks like Pai Dai's gonna get thrown in the air, but he's so far back behind that. I don't think they're gonna go.
Why are you diving that?
No, they just
literally.
Hey, just throw some spells, man.
The zone out is fine.
Yeah, just don't die here, and he'll blink out. And tier 1 should be secured. And I say that though, the teleport in, Aoi's coming in. He's got Urn. Looks like Luna ult's gonna go through. Envy taking a ton of damage. Steph, we're going against Moon Meander. The kill going in for Envy as well. They actually kill Enchantress as well.
Yeah.
But TP out from Limp, he's gonna make it home safely.
That is pretty good. They actually realize that without the Slardar and without the Witch Doctor, there is no stun. So coG will almost always make sure that you run away if the Witch Doctor uses a cast. Miss, not lucky there. RNG Lord next to EE gets the hit.
That kill was very important for Envy because he bought back and poured it into the fight.
Yeah.
He was very close to the blink, and with those two
is this
kills,
Roche?
It is Roche. They need to somehow break the Lincolns. All right, so Envy will use his first amp to break it. Double damage.
They should have used Soul Rip.
And
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
yeah, they should have Soul Rip. 07.
Getting harassed. a
Soul
little
Rip with 2 allies next to you. Actually not healing for a lot.
bit. Oops.
They
They
see it.
know. Can they do something though? Creation that
You
Prophet
just
is
man
ready
up.
for.
You have a tombstone.
Yeah.
You just drop it at the entrance. Oh my god, this is gonna get pretty scary.
Oh,
Lumiander's
Lumiander,
gonna-
they feel they cannot fight anymore.
Oh, Z-Freak, he gets slowed down. Z-Freak is dead. Splitter not gonna hit. Z-Freak's gonna
Punch.
get...
Oh,
my god.
312 hit.
I mean, the Shrek has like no armor, right?
Right, yeah. Well, 5 armor is not no armor. But he was amplified.
So actually no armor.
Right.
So with that kill and the Roche, Slaughter's up to Blink.
Yep.
And I think this is where Complexity is really gonna have trouble. Before they could actually initiate with Clockwork Hook and Brewmaster ult. And they can still do that, but Envy and the rest of Cloud9 has the same, they could also do the same.
Don't get me wrong. Complexity has completely the ability to initiate a fight and remove any of Cloud9's heroes.
Any one of them.
Any one of them.
Yeah. The problem is when Cloud9 initiates, they often gets 2 or 3.
Yes. And even if Cloud9 loses 1 in the initiation from Complexity, the remaining 4, no matter which 4 they are, they can do a lot. Because you have Death Prophet Exorcism around, you have a Slardar that is pretty scary, you have an Undying that's providing a lot. You have an Enchantress that has free farm, and you have a Witch Doctor that is pretty scary. So there is no one target for Complexity to just say, oh, we remove this guy and suddenly the team fight is won. While on the side of C9,
I mean, if you remove, for example,
the
Luna,
Brewmaster.
Brewmaster General, I think it's too tanky right now to kill him before he ults.
Yeah.
But I think Luna, for example, you could burst her down before she ults, and suddenly you're losing a lot of damage if you're Complexity. So we're gonna see a little bit of wraparound. Blink forward, they're gonna go on Envy. Envy taking a ton, but he did get off his, Fata with nice streakling into the trees.
Oh, my sweet sisters. Yeah. That's
Trying
an
to TP
optimistic
out.
TP.
Yule Scepter, I didn't see who it was. Looks like it was Fata's, and 2 people dead immediately.
Yeah.
And then the push will go the other way.
I'm so happy that Undying didn't decide to finish those.
Just the
Jungle.
value.
Just the value of Ring of Region, which I think is great. And now EE trying to be zoned up by Swindle Meadows. Swindle Meadows doesn't want to use the ult, but he might be forced to.
No, the slow's pretty legit on the clap. But looks like they'll bring down the tier 1 as no, they're still giving chase. Blink in stun. Silence on top. They're gonna get the kill, and looks like they're gonna go on limp, but nice cogs.
Ow. They're waiting.
They're waiting to blink across. Buyback coming in. They really want to take this fight. Meanwhile, Z-Freak getting caught out on the right side here. Leshrac
Oh,
not
wow,
where he
nice
wants
kill.
to be. Aegis finally removed.
And they kill
Enchantress
Aoi.
dies on the left side. Limp taking a ton of damage. And Envy still doing a lot of work in this fight, though. Swindle's going to drop
He
a clap.
does have the ult, though.
He's just not using it. No, the
Oh, he
cast is
tries to
bouncing.
use it, but now he changed his mind.
Dude, if another stun hits, he might die. He could blink forward to get the stun kill. No, he stuns. And he's trying
tries
to
to run
blink
away.
out. He's amping people.
Oh, Bone 7 and the zombies are...
Oh, the silence gets him. He popped back and he could not use his own Mumian and causing trees on the left side. Zombie, he has to fight his way out. And he's dead.
Wow. What a hero, Undying.
Undying is actually insane.
And Eternal Envy just like manning up and surviving. That's the thing, it's so scary. When you have an Undying, when you have a Witch Doctor, you can extend this team fight so much. And heroes tanky as Slardar. Imagine if that Slardar had an armlet there. He would have lived forever and just would have kept fighting and pushing.
Yeah.
It's just the ability of these heroes to create so much damage over time that makes for a great draft for Cloud9.
So I actually think once Bone 7 finish his Rod of Atos, it's a team fight winning item. Which sounds a little bit strange because it's like a single target item. But it's more like, all right, I'm going to open the fight by slowing one of your dudes, preferably Luna.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Complexity either have to sack their Luna or fight with the Luna.
The thing is, imagine like going to your point, right? Think about this. Luna is an okay carry these days.
Sure, we don't see her much.
Yeah. It's not great, it's not first pick. Imagine if Luna had 290 movement speed.
Jeez, she should be terrible.
It would be terrible.
Yeah.
So essentially what you come from this is that like one of her personal most important things is the ability to have like lots of mobilities.
Right.
She gets a Yasha, she gets really fast, she can position herself well for Eclipse, and she can run out in fights. If you remove that from the Luna, especially early game, you're removing a lot of her. You're removing her options of suddenly you have to use a very mediocre Eclipse suddenly you can't just chase properly, you can't run away, and you're still super squishy.
Right, and we're getting to that point of the ATOs, the blink slider. You know, forget about 280 movement speed. What if she has no movement speed?
Right. Well, I was just trying to make the point of even that would be bad. Imagine no movement speed. It would be terrible. And see now he's pushing in contested. We're gonna see like another random GG call from complexity.
I think they might fight here before.
Yeah. I think you at least try.
I think the correct thing maybe is to not fight, because it's really hard to fight into Undying. Undying, by the way, doesn't even have ult yet. Envy just blinking forward.
Does it have what?
Ult.
Oh yeah. No.
He's
Yeah,
like,
I said I kind of approve of that going.
Maybe your level 1 ult is just not that good.
It is not, but it adds to the slow and everything, so.
Casual
It'll
high
be okay,
ground,
yeah.
Tombstone.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's really hard to kill a
Slow on
tombstone.
Z-Freak. Z-Freak is dead because Enchantress is giving him the deeps.
Oh, one more. Yes, it's gone.
On the backside of the fight, Limp doing a lot of work here, but you know they're fighting under the tombstone. The slow's gonna come in. That's a second slow fight. Aoi just dumping all the damage.
1-7 died.
More damage than a support should be able to do with this. They just wiped. Moon Meander trying to run north. He's gonna survive, but
And it's a
GG's
GG well played.
They're gonna kill him as well.
Are they? No, I don't think they have the time.
They have the blink.
Oh, punch. Oh! And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the most exciting moment of this game. Complexity, dropping 3-0 versus Cloud9.
No surprises.
No surprises there, but a lot of convincing play from Cloud9. 2 really quick games, a lot of very well made decisions in the drafting stage.
Okay,
and in execution.
let me take it back. When I say no surprises, that sounded very condescending to Complexity,
Which
is not what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I think Complexity played a really, really excellent game 1. In fact, I think for a majority game, they played better than Cloud9, which you could arguably say that Cloud9 is ranked 3-4 in the Western scene. Mm-hmm. So I think Complexity has a high amount of potential moving forward. Game 2, I think it was just a poor draft.
Yeah.
Because and maybe poor laning. The offensive Necro tri-lane did not work well. And then this game, Undying. I don't know what to say. I
mean, it's the surprise pick sometimes. And I joke because every time like we see Spirit Breaker, it seems to win games, and Undying seems to do the same. Sometimes it's not that the heroes are also that strong, it's just the fact that you're not used to play against those heroes. And the surprise factor that they bring into just like changing a lane entirely.
Yeah, and the situation you pick it into. Like, Leshrac, for example, is just food to zombies.
Yeah. So very well played, very well drafted from Cloud9. Very well played in game 1 from Complexity. I think they suffer from this thing about just like maybe they were blocked out after the first game.
Yeah.
It happens to some big teams as well.
Sure.
But Complexity, probably a lot of emotional guys. I mean, you've seen Moon Meander. He was.
Moon Meander should give his team a speech, a motivational speech after this. It's like, man, we started from the bottom and now we're here. Let's keep it up.
That's a very motivational speech.
Except they're still at the bottom right now, at least in the Dreamleague.
And with that, Cloud9 goes 5-1.
Yeah.
And that pretty much puts them.
You need like one more win to cement.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have to play 3 games.
And they'll get 1 at least from Sneaky Nick's.
Well, they need to play against Sneaky Nick's Assassin, which will be on Thursday. I'm still not sure if that game is going.
That's Friday.
No, it's moved to Thursday now.
Okay.
Teams, they move things around. I let them. And just like play whenever. We'll figure it out. I still don't know because production hasn't confirmed if there's going to be a broadcast on Thursday from the studio. Mm-hmm. So we'll figure that out when the matches are going to be played. I mean, it's not when the match is going to be played, but when the match is going to be broadcasted. Well, that's it for Cloud9. Yep. They're really, really close to coming to DreamHack, which I think Envy told you that he was very looking forward to that, which is pretty cool. And Complexity, not doing very well here, and I think they were 1-0 below against Sneaky Nick's Assassins.
They were 0-1 or 1-0?
They were 0-1.
Okay.
And they were losing game 2. So I think by this time game 2 is probably over.
Okay.
No, sorry, they were 1-0 against Sneaky Nick's Assassin, but they were losing the second game. Still in a very complicated position where you have to take at least 2 games from EG if you want to have some chance.
They could do that.
They could do that.
2-1 EG.
Cloud9 did it, why not Complexity? EG, the best team of the West. Fair enough. It's going to be tough for them, but hey, who knows? Something's going to give. So with that, we'll wrap up the stream B. That is going to be that for today, but now we are going to go and watch what's going to go with Stream A after commercials. And if you want to see our pretty face and more, so you wait until the Stream A games are over, and then we'll go back for a final wrap-up, say goodbye, and see you tomorrow. But for now, see you on the break.